Which leads us into those who go with the flow. Go with that flow. So this is the final segment of it. This is the other thing I want you to do. Look at the roadblocks that have come up in your life. The roadblocks aren't really roadblocks. They're detours. So every job I've ever gotten fired in, yeah, I've gotten fired from jobs. Imagine that. Dave, Mr. Positive, getting fired from a job. Well, it happens. And it's because I'm not supposed to be there. That's not where I was supposed to be. And if I didn't, now in hindsight, I look back, if I didn't get fired from my last retail job, I wouldn't have started a store. And I wouldn't have had that store, and I wouldn't have touched all the lives of those people that worked for me, that I inspired, and I taught them different ways and different viewpoints from where they were at. Thanks for the likes. And it wouldn't have been there. So that now looking back, now when it happened, I was devastated. I was young. I was devastated. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know how was I going to get health insurance? How was I going to do all these things? This is way back when in the day. And so now I've learned you just go with the flow. If all of a sudden you get a phone call, today I had 3 people email me saying, heard about you, would love to sit down and talk with you about what you could do for my company. Where does that come from? It comes from the flow, right? And they may be nothing that I'm interested in. They may be something great that I'm interested in, but I don't know that until I just answer that. Now, I can't lead with my suspicions, because one of them was just kind of like something that it was just so vague that I just kind of went, but I'm like, I'll have a conversation. If you have 20 minutes, I'll have a 20-minute conversation with you. If it's not something that's legit or something that I feel comfortable with, I may find somebody else that does. It's as simple as that. But it's the flow. All of a sudden, as things do well in your life, you're going to all of a sudden see more things come at you. Here's a great example. The minute you fall in love, happened when in younger days, oh my gosh, this is like, I can guarantee you this. The minute you fall in love with someone, all of a sudden these other people all are attracted to you. All of a sudden offers come in. Happens in business too. As soon as you take that one big order, all of a sudden all these other companies come in at you, and they're coming towards you. And when you make that decision, it just, the door breaks open. It's open wide, and you can, you have to go with the flow though. If all of a sudden one door opens and the other one seems like it's starting to close, shut that door, go into the other one. Go with the flow when the door opens. Walk through it and see what's on the other side. That's all you can do. And it may not be for life, for a lifetime, but it's going to be where it's going to open the door is going to open up to where you're supposed to be at that moment in time. And it can be from it could be as simple as a half off order or a half off sale or deal or something. It could be that course. All of a sudden that course that you always wanted to take is all of a sudden a big bargain. All of a sudden you're getting that irresistible offer that's coming through. And so watch for that, be open to it, and become the observer. Because once you become the observer, now you're like, okay, I can make that, I can look at that offer. I can look at what's going on. And you're, like I said before, you're behind the scenes. You're just watching the cycles happen, and you're not being in the cycle itself, getting stressed, getting anxiety, getting all those things. And that comes with maturity. There are mature people that realize this. It took me 53 years to figure this out. And it took me multiple classes. It took me multiple coaches, life and personal coaches and business coaches and mentors and reading and studying before I got to this. There's other people that have caught on to this fresh out of the gate that are even catching on to it at 12 years old. You'll meet some 12-year-old entrepreneurs that you're going to be like amazed with, right? I'll see if I can get some on for some interviews. But there's some that are out there that catch on to this way faster. I'm just here to try to help you get in that groove way faster than I had to. So if you can catch this 10 years younger than me, you're going to be 10 years older than me, financially, spiritually, physically, than I am right now. So when you hit 53, great. If you're older, that's no problem either. We can learn from that. There's always a starting point, and this can be yours. So go with the flow of life. Be the observer of life. Be the observer of your cycles, and you'll just go farther, faster. And that's what I'm here for, to help you go farther, faster. Looks like we're coming up to the end of the show. If there's any questions or comments, you always can shoot those in the comments section. Like I said before, the toughest thing is I don't even know. All I see is numbers on here. I can see that there's 35 people on here right now. I have no idea, unless you put a comment in there, who you are or what you're doing. And I know you're there watching. You're lurking. We call you lurkers in the business, but that's okay. You're learning something, and I hope you do. This is all free on live on Facebook and YouTube. Before I go, I just want to let you know a couple of things. These are the things I want you to do this week. I want you to first look back 5 years and use your hindsight. Think back of everything that happened to you tragically, everything that happened to you magically. The good times, the bad times. And then think of them in a cycle, and then look at them. What happened before this that caused this? There's a cause and effect always in there. That's a whole nother show. But then take the next 5 years and now realize I'm going to observe and I'm going to go with the flow. Okay? So then now we're going to take our knowledge from the hindsight and then go into that. So take the time, do the observing, think back 5 years for the hindsight and what happened in your life, and then we're going to utilize that in the next 5 years, and you're going to have the next 5 years then will be incredible. And this is some of the things that I walk you through as far as coaching and that too. So I hope this was informative. I hope this was doing well for you. Until next week, I'm Dave Stelma. Enjoy your week, enjoy your life, and smile. Just keep smiling. We'll see you next week on Tuesday at 6:30. And until then, have a great week. Bye-bye.